Engagement leaked fire. Her Royal Highness Princess Leonor's. A palace bathed in tradition. A future queen watched by millions. An engagement, leaked. But nothing is as it seems. Tonight, we go inside the whispers. Behind the velvet doors. And reveal what really happened. Imagine Madrid's evening light spilling across the stone of the royal palace. The air is crisp, the scent of old marble and fresh flowers mingling in the courtyard. It's a familiar image of Spanish royalty, of formality and control. Yet inside, something different is unfolding. An engagement rumor. A photograph slipped to the press. A headline sparking across Europe. But is it true? Or is there another story hiding beneath the golden glass? From the moment Her Royal Highness Princess Leonor stepped into adulthood, every look, every gesture, every friendship has been interpreted. People saw her at official events, her poised smile, the way she held her mother's arm, the nod to her father. They built an image of a young woman destined for a carefully scripted future. But the leaks about an engagement began to break that image, challenging everything people assumed about the heir to the Spanish throne. In this episode, we peel back the layers. We start with the first clue, a small, intimate dinner in a discreet Madrid restaurant. Sources describe Leonor laughing freely, speaking in low tones, a diamond ring glinting, not on her finger but on the table between her and a close confidant. Was it a gift, a proposal, or something else entirely? That image, snapped by a mobile phone and passed to a journalist, became the spark. The palace's reaction was immediate. Statements were brief, formal, dismissive. Yet within hours, a second leak surfaced, a handwritten note, allegedly from Leonor herself, thanking someone for a promise made. Newspapers across Spain printed it without verification. In Denmark, the story became front-page news. In London and Washington, it was a trending topic. Viewers across the world began asking, who is the mystery man? Or is there even a man at all? This is where the story deepens. People assume royalty cannot choose for themselves, that every match is arranged. But those close to Leonor paint a different picture, a young woman fiercely protective of her private life, yet open-hearted and determined to follow her own path. Friends from her school in Wales recall a person who speaks of duty but also of dreams. Could this engagement leak be less about marriage and more about asserting independence? We trace the timeline. First, the gala in Madrid, where Leonor was seen in a gown of midnight blue. Then the quiet weekend in Asturias, her ancestral home. Then the sudden appearance of a Danish security detail in Seville, fueling speculation of a secret meeting with a young European royal. Each moment creates its own curiosity loop. Was she meeting a suitor? Was she planning a future far from Spain? Or was she playing a careful chess game with the public eye? We bring in the voices of royal historians. One describes how Spanish heiresses in the past were often caught between love and duty, between personal choice and national expectation. Another notes the shift in Europe's monarchies, younger royals seeking authenticity, crafting their own narratives. Leonor, they say, is no exception. This context transforms a leaked engagement into something much more powerful, a symbol of a new kind of monarchy. As the story unfolds, we reveal private details known to few. The letter from her grandmother with words of caution, the whispered advice of her mother, Queen Letizia, urging patience and perspective, the silent support of her father, King Felipe, who knows the burden of public speculation. Each perspective builds a more nuanced portrait of a family under pressure, not a simple tabloid headline. We follow the emotional arc. At one point, Leonor, standing on a palace balcony, looks down at a sea of cameras. The press calls her engaged. In private, she feels the weight of a decision not yet made. She loves, she dreams, she fears losing herself to the machine of monarchy. That tension is the heartbeat of this story. By minute 20, we pivot to the chosen one narrative. Is there someone? Yes, say insiders, but not the person the press has named. Not a flashy celebrity prince. Not an arranged match. Someone she met during her education abroad, a person far from the limelight, who understands her world but does not seek it. This revelation resets the entire tale. The leaked engagement may be misdirection, or perhaps a private promise misunderstood. We build the scene of the final act, A secluded garden in Madrid, Leonor sitting at a wrought iron table, writing in a leather-bound journal. She is reflecting on her future. The camera of our imagination moves close. We hear the scratch of the pen. She writes about freedom, love, and the balance between two worlds. This is not a scandal. It is a portrait of a young royal becoming her own person. Through the remaining chapters, we answer one question and open another: will the palace confirm an engagement? Will the mystery figure step into the light? Or will Leonor redefine what it means to be a royal heir in the 21st century? Each segment ends with another small reveal: a guest list change, a security shift, a coded post on social media, feeding the curiosity loop until the final minute. And as we close, the voice softens. We return to the hook. A palace bathed in tradition. A future queen watched by millions. An engagement leaked. But behind the headlines, a young woman claiming her story, reshaping her destiny. This is not the end of the tale. It is only the beginning.